Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are working on Chapter 7, Programming Challenge 19. And this programming challenge is to create a trivia game that will be played between two players. And the game consists of 10 questions or 10 possible questions. And each question would have 4 answers and the correct answer, and whoever gets the highest highest points wins in this game. So let's create our game. It will be called Trivia Game. Trivia Game. So there will be string question. There will be 4 options. So basically we would just copy this 3 more times, and we will say 2, 3, 4, and they said the correct answer would be an integer, and it will say correct answer. This would obviously have a constructor, or we're just getting lazy and we'll just right click, generate constructor, and the constructor would have the question, the 4 options and the correct answer, and it would be set to these fields that the class has. After that we will say generate. You also have to generate getters and setters for this class. After that we finished this class. We have to create another class called main. You can call whatever you want, and we will create a main method. And they said you can store the questions in array or array list. So I already created the array list. That the game would be consisting of. So first thing would be I created the array list, right? The array list would take the class that we created, which is a trivia game, right? And then each time we create a new question object. This is the array list, and we created the trivia game class. The trivia game class would take the question. The first question would be, what's the capital city of Alabama? I'm just asking 10 different states and their capital cities. And for this trivia game, you can choose whatever 10 questions that you want in your game. It doesn't matter. So when you create the question, then you have to give 4 possible answers. That includes the correct answer, obviously. So the correct answer of the capital city of Alabama would be Montgomery, and these other 3 are incorrect answers. So the correct answer would be 1. And I created the second question, here. What's the capital city of Alaska? The Alaska capital city is Juneau. That would be 4, and so forth. I created 10. I created 10 of them, just like the programming description told us to do. So after that, we have to shuffle. We have to shuffle all the questions so that it would be picked randomly. And the easiest way to do that, we will say collections, shuffle, and we will pass our array list, which is trivia game. Then it will be shuffled. The questions will be shuffled. Then we have to create a scanner class, since we want to ask two different players with system.in. Then we have to store the player 1 total or points, and player 2 points. Then we will say for int I0, I less than 2, there will be only 2 players, and I will be incremented, and we will say new line, player number plus I plus 1, and it will say also we forgot to create, no, we can create it here, total 0. Also we have to iterate for each player. We have to iterate all the questions. Say int j0, j less than trivia game dot size, j is incremented by 1, and what we will do is we will say a trivia game get j get question, right? Then enter. You have to add plus, new line, and we will say plus trivia game get j get option 1 plus trivia game get option get j get option 2 trivia game get j option 3, new line, get trivia game get j get option 4. We also want to give a provided space between the question and the possible answers. Say another new line here. Also, we'll just create another system.out print line, and you will say new line plus trivia game get J. No, we don't want this. We'll say your answer, right? And then we'll say answer equal scanner dot next int. So this is the user's input, right? So we have to check if the user's input is the correct answer. So we'll say if trivia game that get answers, get correct answer is equal to our answer. If that is the case, then we will say correct. Then we will say total plus equal to 1. We will add 1 point to the total. And else, if the user gets incorrect, right? If the answer is not correct, what do we want to do? We will create a switch statement. And what we would do is say trivia game.get of j get correct answer. And we will say if the case 1 break, if case 1 is correct, we would say wrong. And we'll say option then trivia get j get option 1 was correct. So basically we will tell that their answer is wrong, and we will show the correct answer as well. So we'll just copy the case 3 more times, and we will say if it's case 2, what changes is this, and if it's case 3, what changes is this 3. If it is case 4, then we'll say 4, and we have to add the defaults. And after we finish the else statement, the wrong answer, we have to calculate the points. And the easiest way to do that is to say if I is equal to 0, then we'll say that would be the player 1 total. Else if I is equal to 1, then it would be player 2 equal to total, to to hold the player 2 total. After that, after the for loops, we will say player player 1 total points, and you'll say new line player total points, and let's say player 2. And lastly, we have to show who won the game. And we'll say if player 1 is greater than player 2, we'll say player number 1 won. Else if player 2 is greater than player 1, player number 2 won. And if neither of them won, if basically they have the same points, and we'll say it is a draw. So let's run the game or the program and see the results. As you can see, it's the player 1. What's the capital city of California? If we, for example, if the capital city of California is Sacramento, but if we choose a wrong answer, let's say Des Moines, or we just enter 1, this is what happens. It is jumbled up, but it says wrong. Option 3, Sacramento, was correct. And then it goes to the next question. What is the capital city of Alabama? We'll say 1. It says correct. Arizona, 2. Georgia, 1. Florida, Tallahassee. Colorado, Denver. Arkansas, Little Rock. Connecticut, Hartford, or number 3. Alaska, Juneau. And what's the capital city of Delaware? I think it's Dover. I'm not sure. No, it's correct. What is the capital city of? It's asking twice for some reason. California. Sacramento. Let me say 3. Oh, maybe it's yeah. The reason it's asking me twice is I didn't see it. It's the player 2 turn. So let's so this would be their second question for player 2. Alabama, let's say 2. Wrong. Montgomery was correct. How about Arizona? Let's say it is Salem. Option 2, Phoenix, was correct. What is the capital city of Georgia? 1, 4. Colorado, Denver. Let's say Nashville. Wrong. Option 3, Little Rock, was correct. How about Connecticut? It's 3. What is the capital city of Alaska? Yeah, here's the final results. Player 1 got 9 points. Basically, player 1 only missed 1 question, and player 2 missed 3. So player 1 wins the game. So it's basically done for the programming challenge, except a few formatting issues. I should have added a space between the answer and the the answer and the results, and also the results and the question. I should have added a new line. Other than that, we accomplished everything that the programming challenge wanted. We had to create a class called Trivia Game, and we had to create a question with 4 possible answers and an answer, and we have to populate it with data. In my case, I added 10 different states and their capital cities alongside with other 3 possible answers and the correct answer. And we asked 2 different players to answer the all 10 questions. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I will probably post both 2 classes in my GitHub account. So look at it in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.